Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Tuesday morning trading room. One moment while I get the screen share going on. Well, yesterday, what a roller coaster. My goodness. Just shortly, well, not shortly, but just when it looked like the market was going to be in an extreme nosedive, the daily chart here doesn't do it justice, but the market falling sharply from the open through pretty much the whole morning session, bottoming out in the afternoon, and then recovering all the way back to where we started the day, making this very nice little doji, or I forget, is this the hanging man or the gravestone? I think it's a hanging man type candlestick. Just a crazy, crazy kind of day. I would bet you dollars to donuts that the market would have continued in a bit of a sideways pattern after making such a strong move lower. But here we are, not only recovering, but even rallying some more through the overnight. So you can see prices letting off here. This is where the market closed at around the 76.55 zone. And a little bit of an overnight rally, a decent little move up. So we do have a downside gap here at the moment. We shall see. The tool's still a little conflicted. We've got now the Hawk and the Falcon both looking a little bit more bearish. The Eagle and the Raptor back here into the hard edge now. Jeff says he doesn't have any audio. Can I get a sound check? I've still got the new headset here, and I may have inadvertently tagged the... Okay, no, we're good. All right. I may have inadvertently tagged the mute button on you. All right. All right, we're slipping here below the hard edge. Remember, with your Eagle and Raptor, whenever the market encounters the hard edge, we do anticipate a reaction. Don't always know what the reaction is going to be, but we do expect a reaction. Normally, we would expect a bounce. As those bounces fail, we end up with our counter trend signal, our rule of three. But right now we have some serious bullishness going on. or semi-serious bullishness. The bullishness all came through the overnight and Friday's close, but still you can't ignore it. The Bollingers here on the Raptor starting to get a little bit bullish, as on the Falcon, same thing. Ooh, maybe going to get a late filter entry signal here on the Falcon. We're getting a red bar buy on the Eagle, so you can see a lot of confusion here out of the open. Not a bad idea maybe to throw a little trend line up there. Okay, so the Falcon working an early trend change signal here. The trend line just starting to change over. What time is it? Only about 7 minutes in. I'm not a fan of early signals, but here we go. We may be getting one as the Falcon starts to get a little bit more bullish. We've got this is the move that changed the trend line color. This now the counter move. We're looking for the market to become more bullish again. We do have a green warning dot. We don't have the signal just yet, but this might be an early attempt by the buyers to put a little giddy up behind the market again. Okay, or not, as the trend line starts to change color again. So we'll put that away. I'm trying to be good and stay with the trend line, with the overall trend, I should say. All right, Keith says the audio is low. I don't know how I can make it louder. It's my little sound bars are maxing out. How's that? Is that better? Yeah, okay. I think it might be on your end, Keith. I'm getting people telling me that it's all right on their end. Okay, we're kind of sideways again. We've here in our Bollinger Suite, we've drifted back inside the Bollingers. So the Bollinger Band is about standard deviations. It shows you when things are normal and when things are not normal. So the idea is when things are normal, the market probably is pretty happy and it won't go anywhere. When things get outside of normal, then you will usually see some sort of trend, or I like it as a confirmation tool for a signal. We featured it, I guess it's a little bit over a month ago now, on one of our Rabbit Hole Fridays, and I liked it so much I kept it on my charts. All right. Well, if we're desperate to get in on a buy, I guess the failure of this green bar sell is going to do it. Why is my stop entry so far away? Hold on a second here. I got to do a little tweaking. Trade calculator. Oh, yes, that's why. That's much too far away. No, maybe I'll stay with 5. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm just adjusting for my stop and limit entries. How far do I want the trade calculator to display the line from the current price? It was at 10 ticks. That was a little bit too far. So all I'm doing is I'm reducing it to 5 ticks, and now we are getting our first micro macro cross to buy. That still seems a little far. Ah, darn it. And there they go. So what I was looking at here was I was looking for a bullish signal. I was looking for a chance to get long. I spied the green bar sell. Now, the green bar sell, like the red bar buy, is a signal that develops near the end of a trend or has a tendency to develop near the end of a trend. You can take the signal with trend and it would have worked out, hit your scalp target. You could also buy the failure of that signal, in which case you would have gotten long here. And notice the failure of the red bar buy, green bar sell very often coincides with the first micro macro cross, both of which would have gotten you into the market and hit your profit objective. Yes, okay, I guess 5 ticks is okay. Just thinking about my trade calculator again here. All right, we will leave that alone, put that away. And things now slightly more bullish again. We breached a little bit of a trend line. So what we're looking at now is the market is going to test the extreme. Whether it keeps going beyond the extreme, well, that part we don't know just yet. right, well, we are turning again after that breakout. So here on the Eagle, you know what I think I'm going to do is I may throw a just in case order in play here. First, let's see how that trend line fits. Oh, you see, maybe it wasn't a breakout. I had that earlier trend line like this, and I thought, oh, okay, we've got ourselves a breakout, but maybe not. Maybe the market's looking at it more from this point of view. In which case we haven't broken out just yet. All right, I'll try not to be in a hurry to lose money, so we'll leave that alone for now. Okay, we are turning over here a bit, which does seem a little bit odd. So I may take advantage here of a rule of three that's developing here on the Eagle. Okay, now we currently only have two counter trend signals. We don't have the third. However, I will look to short below this swing low right here because I'm going to deem this a test of the extreme. And if the market gets below here, you can see the band is already very narrow. We may not get that third signal, but if the market trades below here, I'm going to try to short it. So we've got the one counter trend signal, we have the second. And this is almost counter trendish. Well, I suppose it is. This morning's trend hasn't fully developed yet, so we are allowed a few tolerances. Yeah, maybe. Joe's looking at the support and resistance midline again. He says we're probably going to go check it out. Yeah, I could see that. 76.61. That's the gold line here on our support and resistance suite. If it fails here off of the blue line, that's a primary resistance. That would be where it would tend to go. And if it breaks here, well, then there's a good chance it's going to try to go here to the primary support zone at 76.48 3/4. But they are holding tough here for the moment. So you can see the Raptor very neutral right now. Our trading band very narrow. This kind of tells us the market is a little bit of a sideways mode. We're very happy trading at 76, 74, 75. Okay, here we go. So I think I'll take the signal here on the Eagle, and then I'll show you the comparable signals on the other tools. Wow, they just don't want to get anywhere near that low. All right, I'm going to take that order, I'm going to place it, and I'm just going to move it a tick or two lower. We are moving into scalp mode, so that's kind of what we would anticipate the market to bounce around here a little bit. All right, I'm going to, actually my exit order is okay right there. So we have a market that is in an uptrend. We have produced a counter trend signal and another counter trend signal. We have multiple retests of the high. These are all the elements of a rule of three, which is a counter trend signal for the Eagle. Our other tools here at the moment, still a little bit sideways. Oh, here comes another bullish push. Let me get my exit order out of the way, because this may turn out to be a larger test of the extreme. We may see another run here at the highs and another failure. So we may still get that third signal. All right, a little bit of a test now. Wow. Here we are again, just very reluctant on the market's part to commit to anything, but that's okay. As we get this sideways range developing, we can also bracket it. We can look for a breakout and then a retest, and then we will have the market in a bit of a bind, and it will have to tip its hand to us which way it really wants to go. So patience is more than a virtue at this point. All right, there's our bit of a bull break. All right, I'm going to close this order out because if we see a little bit of a pushback here, I'm going to think the market's going to actually be in a sideways trading range, and then that will give us an opportunity to look for the breakout and the retest. Slow going these last couple of days. Normally we see a little bit more giddy up, but not today. All right, here at least the bands have started to stack in a bullish fashion on the Raptor. So when the clouds get all crossed up and then when they finally uncross, now we can anticipate our number one signal. That's going to be the cloud crossover signal. And what we need, though, is a little bit of a pullback. Well, okay, a little bit of a move. We're back here now to the secondary resistance zone. Still waiting for, something resembling a bit of a trend. We did get, I guess, here a first micro macro cross signal on the hawk. That was well, no, I was going to say that was the only signal we got. We did get the red bar buy here on the eagle, but I was already looking the other way. But that's okay. If this market's really going to trend, then it has to continue in this direction. So what you could do is you could say, all right, this is my sideways trading range. This is my breakout. And you can do this on any of the tools. You can do this on the Eagle, the Raptor, the Falcon. So here we go. We've just violated the overnight highs. We've breached them. We've got a bullish market. But do we? So now that we've seen the breakout, we're going to look for the retest. We're going to look for the market to retest this breakout and give us evidence that it is actually ready to continue higher. Now, ideally, I like to see two bear bars here just to confirm that a top is in. But things have been a little bit sluggish, so maybe I need to be a little bit more aggressive on my entry. Maybe I'll do it after a single bar. We've already got the warning dot here on the Raptor, so we've got some bullishness behind our signal. All right, so this now the retest. We've got the breakout, we've got the retest. You could put your just in case order to buy above here. This is your, just in case the market turns around really fast and starts heading higher without me. That's my buy order. that will confirm that this is in fact a valid breakout. As the market tries to retest this breakout, as they try to continue to go higher, we'll actually have the market cornered that we will know from where to short as well. Because if the breakout does not continue higher, well then it will head lower. Mark's got a question here about the mean Renko bars on the Falcon. Mark's asking, what is your setting? Yes, we did experiment with the mean Renkos here. So you want to go to your data series. And we were playing with it a little bit and settled on a trend of 9 and a reverse of 7. So we're still spanning the same 16 ticks as we did with the regular 8 by 8 mean Renko bar, but this did seem to be a little bit more in line with the Ninja 7 mean Renkos. So try 9 by 7, and if you find a better mix than that, please let me know. Back into the trend line here on the Falcon, so this is usually when you see some sort of reaction as well. Back into the macro line on the Hawk. This is a valid macro pullback signal. I'm going to hold off on that just for the moment. We had the warning dots. We've got the pullback. The next signal that develops here on the Raptor will be the #1 signal. So not a bad idea to learn to anticipate those things. I'm a little put off by the Bollingers being a little bit bullish here, or pardon me, bearish. The only one that's still bullish is the Eagle. It's not the end of the world, mind you. Okay, so here now the #1 signal on the Raptor. So we've had the pullback. Okay, so the clouds uncrossed, became bullish. We've got the pullback. This now the signal with trend signal, the #1 cloud crossover signal. You know what? For the couple extra ticks, I'll let it leave my original signal here. Just because I'm not sure if we're outside this trading range yet. So now that I've got 2 bull bars, I can actually place my just in case order to sell And now we've actually got the market pinched. If this breakout holds, the market has to go higher. If the breakout fails, the market has to go lower. Okay, so it tripped my order higher. And let me set my profit target.
Order pending.
Let's see, I got in at 89. 89.75. There we go. Now, I'll just manage this from the Eagle, but we do have, comparable signals. We got the same signal here on the Falcon, the signal here on the Raptor, the #1 signal, one of our high probability signals. In fact, if you were doing this from the Raptor, traditionally we have a tighter profit objective, and you're just about to hit your profit target. In fact, had I taken the signal on the hash mark or near there, I would have easily reached my profit objective already. Mark's asking, were there other adjustments to the bar sizes? No. The Eagle, the Raptor, the Hawk, we're running the defaults. So the 6x6 in the Hawk, 12x12 on the Eagle, and the 8x8 on the Raptor. I'm not liking the pullback here, though. We've had the breakout. Come on. Stinkers. I'm trying to be patient. All right, so I'll take this bullish bar if it finishes bullish, and I will start to roll my stops a little bit more aggressively. Oh, thanks, Rod. Yes, I tagged my mute button there in error. So we're looking to pick up some buyers here somewhere. We may see another test of this zone. You can kind of see how the breakout zone kind of intersects with the trend line. That's not very typical for the NASDAQ to be quite so quiet. All right, I'm going to put the squeeze on the trade here. We're going to roll it up. Where do I want to put it? I was going to put it right here below this bar with the tail on it, but that may prove to be a little bit too cozy. I'll go here halfways. I'll give them to the resistance zone. Yeah, all right. So I'll take the tag out. Note to self, when the market's in scalp mode, maybe get in a little bit earlier. Get in a little bit earlier, make it a little bit easier to get to your profit objective. I didn't really have the patience to hang with the market much longer, but what will happen now that we've breached this trend line is we're probably going to see some buying kick in here. If that happens, we should get follow-up signals here on the Raptor. We should get a hard edge bounce signal. Right there now, the little bit of a pushback. Paul's says, I'm using the Raptor with gold futures. Any insights for gold? Well, gold is a great 24-hour market. It's one of those markets you can trade any time of the day or night. It seems to do very well in the Asian session. So after the North American closes, a couple hours later, the Asian session opens. It's the same across the board, really, regardless of the market. First and foremost, you're trying to identify trend. With the Raptor, we use our trading bands. Right? So when the bands are stacked this way, it's bullish. When the soft edge is below the hard edge, we're bearish. Try to avoid a market that is sideways, one that it gets a lot of candy striping going on, where we get the signals printing one after the other. And always control your risk. It always comes back to risk. You're going to get signals that aren't going to work out. You're going to find yourself on the wrong side of a trade from time to time. But at the end of the day, it's all about controlling your risk. If you don't risk more than you can afford to lose, you'll be in good shape. All right, gang. I'm going to have to close up the room at the bottom of the hour this week. I've got commitments that I need to get to, so I apologize, but it's been a little bit of a slack day here, at least to start. Still kind of in line with the buyers, I think. Don't know if I want to get full on bearish yet. We're back now to the hard edge here on the Raptor. So we should anticipate a bounce. If you wanted just a very simple trade at this point, here you could go back to your Eagle or your Raptor for that matter.
Order pending.
Throw your just in case buy order up there. If we get a couple of bullish bars here, throw your just in case order to short down here. And just sit on it and see which way the market's going to break, because we have evidence of a bullish break. Now we have a little evidence of a bearish break. You see how we broke here the low, that little swing low. The Hawk, the Falcon already bearish. Okay, there's my two bullish bars.
Order pending.
All right, so there we go. We got the market pinched. If it turns and heads lower, the Raptor will produce a number 2 signal to short. And you know what? After the reluctance on that last breakout, I may be more open to a bearish move. Okay, well, we'll see. If this turns, it's going to produce a number 2 signal to short. So you can see how you can start to anticipate these things. And I may even choose to be a little bit more aggressive on the profit target, because the market is a little bit subdued, a little quiet. We have had a bullish break that doesn't seem to be working out. If we get a bear move now, if we're going to get that number 2 signal and the break of this low, the market may well try to move 2 zones. Likewise, if it moves higher, it may try to move 2 zones.
Order pending.
Actually, I won't be quite that aggressive with it, but maybe something like that. Oops. All right. Okay, boys and girls. Again, I apologize. I need to button up the room here. I will see you again tomorrow. I'll talk to you then. Bye for now.